Urban therapy with Sun now. And it's go Saturday is going down now. Everything is going to be all right. Everything is going to be okay. So pipe it down. Hey, it's going to be all right. We do this thing Saturday, not tonight. But it's right, y'all. And everything is okay. Calm down, we gonna do it this way. I'm really sorry that I couldn't come through yesterday, but I couldn't do it because I was feeling some kind of way. I was sick as a dog and I ain't used to it. But I'ma be like a beast today, I'ma do it. And I'ma making sure that it's real big and large. To make sure that I'm just like Charles in charge of all things, but I'm black as a raisin. And I'm gonna do this thing because I'm amazing. And it's gonna be all right. I'm glad to see y'all here today and didn't have to wait till tonight. And believe Dunlap is in the house. Bow! She about to turn it out. And T carry right morning, noon, and night. It's always great to have my peoples going directly right into your side. And yo, Carol Chamberlain, my friend, mi favorita. Yes. Hold on. Can y'all hear me? Nah, this ain't right. No, wait. Do y'all hear anything? Can y'all hear? Can y'all hear? Come on, let me know. Talk so I can get this thing together. Can y'all hear? Okay, y'all getting fine. I don't see the thing. Normally, they have the meter there so you can see if you're broadcasting, and it's not doing that. Yeah, everything is going to be all right. Yeah, I gotta make sure that tonight that everything is going to be okay. Hey, I told you I was feeling some kind of way. Yeah, yesterday I wasn't feeling too good, y'all. But we're gonna get it right today. And today on the Urban Therapy with Sun Show, we are talking about giving up versus giving in. Do you see a difference between giving up and giving in? Well, I do, and I'm gonna talk to you, and we gonna make sure that we punch it through. And yo, everything is gonna be like this, and we gonna make sure that we don't miss the point. And we come together and get the communication, make sure that the sensation that we feel is something that's very real. And yo, it's real. I'm telling you how I feel. So, giving up versus giving in. Now, from my point of view, when you give up on something, that's it. It's a surrender. It's a surrender. Not only is it a surrender, but it's the ending of something. From my point of view, when you give in, it's actually the beginning of something, or it can be the beginning of something, because it's like, I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to do this for you. I didn't want to do this with you. And I really, really resisted for a long time. But you know what? Fuck it. The hell with it. Let's go ahead and do it. I give in. Funny thing is, some people might say that they give up in that example. Well, we're going to see about it. It's the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. And we are ready. I'm glad to be here, y'all. I'm going to tell y'all what happened. Now, I ain't really want to get into this bullshit, but I'm going to tell y'all what happened. Because what I'm going to tell y'all, I mean, and it is what it is. I got that COVID shot. And y'all know I didn't want to get that bullshit. So the first COVID shot, it didn't really have an effect on me. I had my arm, my shoulder right here sore. So I went in to get the second shot, and that shit had me feeling terrible yesterday. Sick as a dog all week. And man, I don't know what they put in that bullshit, but it was terrible. And I mean terrible, terrible. And I don't care what nobody say. Y'all know I would have never got that shit. I had to get it for my job. And that's the only reason I got it. And I still regret that shit. And if I could do it all over again, I wouldn't have did it. Fuck that job. Fuck everything. Seriously. You know what I mean? Because this is some bullshit. That is some straight bullshit. I don't get flu shots or none of that other bullshit. I normally just take care of myself. I got that I got that vaccine or so-called vaccine, whatever the fuck you want to call it, and that shit had me feeling like I was going to die. Well, all right, okay, I'm exaggerating. It didn't have me feeling like I was going to die, but it definitely had me feeling like I had never felt before. Just weak and lethargic and painful and sensitive to the touch, chills and shit. I'm like, what kind of sickness is this? Now, I've heard people complain about having COVID and how that feels or whatever. And they've described it as like nothing they've ever had before, nothing that they've ever experienced before. And I want to say the same thing. I didn't have COVID, but if the shot makes you feel like anything, if COVID makes you feel like anything, like that shot did, but multiplied by 3 or 4 times, then that is a sickness and a feeling that I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. So I couldn't do the show yesterday because I wouldn't have really been able to just sit here and give y'all the information because I couldn't even think of a topic. Like, man, forget that shit. You know what I mean? I had to lay down, but I didn't even feel comfortable lay down. It was real hard to get comfortable. I'm not encouraging nobody to get that shit. That shit. I'm going to say do what I was doing and hope for the best. I was taking care of myself. I never got the shit. I had to get the shot for my job, and I regret it. I don't know what they put in that shit, but whatever it is, it's toxic. That was straight poison. They gave me the lethal dose. All right, so let's get it popping. I ain't gonna beat a dead horse about that. And I'm not an anti-vaxxer, but I'm an I ain't taking that shit no goddamn more. All right, my big sis Robin Ming, coming through to do her thing. She's something like a queen for a king. Grits and wavy and grits and wavy and grits and wavy and grits. Yeah, you know that you're the. Thanks for coming through, y'all. Appreciate it. So we're gonna talk about giving up versus giving in today. Giving up versus giving in today. Emily says, hold on. Ja, my man Ja. What up, my man? He says, not gonna lie, bro. I felt my heart drop, but I'm very glad you're understanding about where you went wrong, bro. Come on, man. I ain't want to get that shit, and I wasn't gonna get it. I was never gonna get it. You understand what I'm talking about? But the way things are going right now, they pigeonholing you into doing shit that you know isn't. It just doesn't. It didn't sit right with my soul, with my spirit. And like I said, I would have never done it. And I'm really, really sad that I did it. But I tell you this, I won't do it again. This better kill me because you're not gonna get another chance. I don't give a fuck what it is. All right. Emily says, right, me either. I've never taken any shots since I was old enough to make my decisions. Shots I took when I was young was all on my mom. Yeah, I understand. Carol Timber says, my underlying conditions made me take the shot. I took Pfizer and I had no side effects. I took Pfizer and I feel like, yo. Yo. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that would explain my absence yesterday. That's all I'm saying, y'all. That's all I'm saying. But I'm back. You know, I'm not 100%, but I'm good enough to make it, and everything is going to be all right. Everything is going to be all right. Here we go now. So let's get it popping. Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. We do this every single Saturday from 11 a.m. till around 12:30-ish. And the reason that we say 12:30-ish is because sometimes it gets so heated that we just have to do a little OT on a Saturday, and it is Saturday, baby. This is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. This is the show where adults come out and play with other adults. We laugh, we cry, we argue, fuss, and fight, bust it up with each other, go back and forth. We take an introspective look into our own personality to see how the universe projects us into this thing called the world and this life and how we interact. We try to find ourselves. We try to look some more. Try to find ourselves. Try to look some more. Find ourselves and look some more. Everything is going to be all right. What is hitting for? We play on the monkey bars and push each other up the slide boards and on the swings. We play on the merry-go-round. We have a good time. We'll have some fun now. Just me and all the gang. Learning from each other while we do our thing. Gonna have a good time. Yeah, hey. I'm your host, Son752, a.k.a. Omar with the... And if you can't say Omar with the... Well, then you just say Omar with the R. This is the Urban Therapy with Son show. So let's get it popping. We talk about giving up versus giving in. Do you see a difference? Do you know a difference? Do you know? Do you know what is hitting for? Do you know the shit Son75 is talking about? Oh, what I said, well, you know, something that rhymes with four. What y'all know? What y'all know? All right, Robbie Ming says, I only felt sleepy. I keep forgetting. I keep forgetting I got it, but my doctor told me to also take vitamin D to build up my immune system. Cool. Grits and Wavy says, I did the Johnson & Johnson. Oh, you took the one shot. I had a headache a few days. I definitely had a headache. I had a headache a few days after, but I'm pretty prone to headaches. Okay. Yeah, I definitely had a headache, but it wasn't like a bad headache. It was just like a little nagging joint. I'm like, yo, man, give me stop cheating me out of a real joint. Like, if you're going to give me a headache, give me a rad. You got to be rad, son. Stop acting like you ain't rad. But it's okay, man. Let's get into this giving up versus giving in thing. Do y'all see a difference between giving up and giving in? I do. Well, let me ask y'all this. First of all, have any of you ever given up on something? You can give up on a lot of things. You can give up on your dreams. You can give up on a person. You can give up on your marriage. You can give up on a relationship. You can give up on a career. You can give up on an endeavor. You know, there are many things that you can give up on, but giving up on something often means the end. Like, this is it. Like, I give up. I surrender. Like, I'm not fighting no more, but I'm also not going in that direction anymore. You know, when you give up on something, it's kind of a negative thing. People look down on when you give up, because it's like, yo, don't give up. You know, like, you know, explore other options, find other ways, look for other, you know, just other techniques, whatever you can do in order to somehow keep the party going. But when you give up, it's normally like, well, I'm not doing that anymore. Now, you can give up on something that was counterproductive to you. That happens also. I don't want to make it seem like it's always a negative thing. Like, even though we don't use this term to describe this, you can give up on drug abuse. Like, I finally stopped using drugs. I gave up. I decided I didn't want to be a drug addict no more. Most people won't say that you gave up on that because they look at it in a positive light. Like, yeah, you needed to stop doing that. But most drug addicts will admit that they really submitted to their addiction in the first place. Some of them really fought against their addiction. Like, I don't want to live this way. I don't want to be this way. And I'm not going to be this way anymore. But they were stuck in their addiction, so they kept going way longer than they should have. But they were stuck in that. They were stuck in that, homie. They were stuck. But they gave up. They gave up. You could say that they gave into their addiction though in the beginning. Like instead of staying clean, they gave in. They gave in to pleasures of the flesh. And basically submitting to forming a habit that will later on form into an addiction. So what I'm saying is, when you give up on something, normally the journey is over. You may continue with any of the other things that you were doing, but as far as whatever you were involved in initially, you gave up on that. So that's ending. You started a business, you had a store going, and you may have worked really hard to keep that business afloat. Keith the DJ 65, what's going on? My man, my mellow, my man. What's up, my brother? Yeah, you may have really fought tooth and nail to try to keep your business afloat. It was a good thing, especially if it was a black business. You know, you're trying to set an example for the community, for the youth, and for anybody else that wants to, you know, start a business and try to build our communities instead of letting other people that aren't involved in the community in any way or don't live in the community in any way from coming into the community, taking our community dollars and running back out into the suburbs to pay their taxes while we suffer here. That's called blood sucking the poor. You know, when you hear about how people used to call Jews the blood suckers of the poor, or the blood suckers of the ghetto, that's what they meant. The Jews had businesses all in the hood, but they didn't live there. So they would come to the city, take all your money, and then take it back out to where they live and build up their own communities while yours suffer. Now, sure, it's our responsibility and our business to take care of our own communities, but things like that don't help us. They don't help us at all. So you may have really been fighting to keep this business afloat, but the customers weren't coming in. The bills were coming in fast. The customers coming in slow. The bills coming in fast. And after a while, you know, you had already exhausted all of your resources, and you couldn't borrow any more money. And eventually, you had to let the business go. So you had to give up. It may pain you just to even fathom that thought, let alone say it. But you may have had to have given up. You may have had to just let that business go, even though you really didn't want to, even though in your heart of hearts, you was like, man, no, I'll never surrender. We'll never surrender. Oh, time is what we're asking for. All right. But yeah, it be like that sometimes. It be like that. Be. Jabig says, I don't know. I think we all gave up something, but give in sounds like pure pressure, and I've never been that person. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that, Ja, because yeah, most of us don't look at we look at like giving in like a head-to-head challenge, like we submitted to a person. See, when we give up, we may not have given up to a particular person or side or whatever. It's more like a personal thing, right? But when we give in, we look at it like I didn't believe in this, or I didn't want to do this, or I resisted this, but eventually I had to give in and do it. But it's not always a bad thing. It's not always a bad thing. Just like we was talking about drugs a few minutes ago. Suppose that you knew that your life was spiraling out of control with your drug habit, but you had this girl, and your girl really loved you, and she really believed in you, and she was really trying to help you. So she was constantly putting up with your drug infused attitudes and you fucking up the money and being irresponsible and being out there all wild and out there, just acting like a savage. But she really pushed the envelope. Like, baby, I know you have that good stuff in you, and I really want to help you. Get it. I want you to get back to what you were. Come on, babe. Why don't you just go ahead and get this outpatient therapy? And he was like, no, I'm not getting this outpatient. Ain't nothing wrong with me. I don't need no outpatient therapy. I can stop doing this shit whenever I want to. I just be stressed. As a matter of fact, you stressing me. You making me drink. You making me smoke weed day in and day out, night in, night out, all day long. Everything I do. You making me sniff this coke. You making me smoke the crack. You making me bang this heroin. You making me take these pills. You making me sip the scissor. It's you. And unfortunately, this is the way that drug addicts be talking. It's always everybody else's fault except for theirs, but they the only one taking the drugs. So maybe somewhere along the line, after you done got DUIs, after you done been locked up, after you done been beat up, after you done been in bad drug deals, after you done damn near killed yourself, you finally gave in to your girl. Like, all right, baby. All right. After she said, you know what? I know I've threatened to leave you before, but I can't fucking do this no more. I'm taking me and the kids and I'm getting the fuck out of here. And I'm sorry, baby, but I won't be back. Now you got an alternative. You either let her go, and you know that she's good for you. You know that she's good for you. No, ain't another woman in the world. You might still be good looking, handsome, and all that kind of stuff, but ain't another woman in the world that's gonna put up with the shit that you put her through. So you finally said, all right, baby. All right. This time I'm gonna actually try. I'm gonna do it. You gave in. You gave in to her, but you gave in to yourself. You gave in to something positive. You didn't give in like, I ain't want to get married, but I fucking did it for you, and now this marriage is all messed up. Not what I'm talking about. But you may have done this for yourself. This may have been a positive situation for you. This may have been a positive situation for you. So, you gave in. But in giving in, you actually gain. See, the thing about when you give in, that's when the work starts. When you give up, that's when the work stops. When you give in, that's when the work starts. When you give up, that's when the work stops. When you give in, that's when the work starts. When you give up, that's when the work stops. At least that's how it goes from my point of view. So what do you think about that? What I'm thinking about that? What do you think about that, Ja? What do you think about that, Ja? That's where we are with it this morning, y'all. That's where we are with the whole situation this morning. Is that my brother Robert Sewell in the house? My man, Rob. I didn't even see you sneaking. That's my man's. How you doing, my brother? All the way since the 70s. That's what's up, man. Good to see you coming through, my bro. But yeah, man. So that's where we are with it this morning. Giving up versus giving in. What are the situations where you have given up? And how did you recover from those situations if recovery was an issue? Like, did you give up and then regret the fact that you gave up? Like, when I was 25, okay, first of all, coming straight out of college, me and my man, we was rapping. And I used to be like a real good rapper. Like these bullshit rhymes I be kicking to y'all. It's nothing like when I was a young boy and we was spitting. I mean, we was spitting. off the head and with the writtens. So me and him, we making demos, and we talking about making records and what our plan and our vision was for our group. I turned 25 years old, and I was like, well, yeah, this rapping thing is for kids. I can't be 25 years old talking about being no rapper. Even though I wanted to be a rapper. So I gave up on that. Stop doing it. Stop writing. Stop recording. Stop being active. I think back on that shit like, shouldn't have done that. I felt like 25 was too old to be a rapper, which is unfair because if I was an R&B singer, I sure wouldn't have been too old to do that. Why do rappers seem to be held to an age bracket? No other form of music is like that. Well, I shouldn't say no form of music because pop music doesn't normally involve older people. You have older pop stars, but they like former pop stars. You only normally see people 40 years old just starting to make pop records. But with hip hop, anybody that was rhyming in the 80s and 90s, we say they old school artists. It's amazing how Jay-Z and Nas never get labeled as old school artists. And they got 20 years in. As a matter of fact, Nas came out in 1994 with Illmatic. We talking about 27 years ago. 27 years ago. But he's never called an old school artist because he's still in the game. But anyway, so I gave up on rapping, but what I could have done with it, because I was good. I mean, like, I was spitting. I've always been like a battle type rapper, so I was always like, all right, we're going to go up against these guys and see what's good. I gave up on that, and I always regretted it. Like, damn, should have really took the shot. It wasn't like a foregone conclusion that I was going to be like a star. But that's not the point. I took myself, I gave up on the game. The game didn't give up on me. But I told myself I would never give up on anything that I wanted to do again, ever. And I haven't. Well, I stopped doing comedy, but I didn't give up. I switched. I want to do this. This is what I want to blow up in. Standing on stages telling jokes. Yeah, I know. People be like, yo, comedians be telling the truth. I mean, like, comedians be telling their truth. What about the people that are really doing this thing? Well, I don't see why we should be looking towards entertainers to give us the truth. That's not what they signed up for. But okay. People be like, but like Chris Rock said, Chris Rock. Josh says, but there's a fine line. But it later turns into blame. Can't blame my girl for the things I do with my life, because at the end of the day, I'm going to be the only one to truly care about me. Self-love or no love. I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that, Ja. I honestly, I guess it depends on your experience. I've never been with a woman who didn't deeply care or love me. I've never had that. I've never been with a chick who I broke up with, and I felt like, she ain't never give a fuck about me. All she cared about was money. I've never had that. And I'm not bragging or nothing. I'm being told almost all relationships that have ended with me has been my fault. Like I be fucking up. But I'm lovable. I be fucking up, but I'm lovable, so I be getting away with shit. But yeah, so nah. And sometimes you don't know how much a person cares about you because you may not give them a chance to care about you. Honestly, you have to give somebody a chance to care about you. You have to give a person a chance to care for you. You have to let go. Sometimes our experiences in life have made us so guarded that we make people fight to get in. Like, nah, I got hurt last time, and I'll be damned if I'm getting hurt again. You're giving a person a really big load to carry when you present yourself that way. And you may not even be doing it on purpose or even see that you're doing it. But you're closing off all access to where you can be found and where you can be reached. So, but one thing about drug addiction, it's never all about you. The problem with drug addiction is that you think that you're not affecting anybody else's life except for yours. And you honestly believe that. You honestly, and it's the drugs or the alcohol that's making you believe that foolishness. But you honestly think that, yeah, I do this, but I'm the only one that's affected. If you have children, everything you do, every single thing you do affects them. And that's whether they see you do it or not. You know why? Because your bloodline, your DNA is in them. So everything that you know how to do, everything that you have the potential to do, they have the potential to do. And they will. So I've known people, just like you've probably known people, who never were in contact with their father ever. But then they find out that they've had identical experiences that their dad has had. There's something to that. So that's why it's important. Listen, if you don't want your daughters to ever become strippers, then you can't strip. It's simple as that. We fool ourselves into thinking that, well, as long as I don't expose them to that, they won't know nothing about it, or they won't. Yes, the fuck they will. There's something in your bloodline, in your hereditary information, in your DNA that passes on. It's not guaranteed that they're going to do what you did, but they have the potential. It's there. The information is there. You don't want your kids to sell drugs? You can't sell drugs. You don't want your kids to use drugs? You can't use drugs. That's it. You have to be able to say that you didn't do it or that you wouldn't do it. Because once you can't say that, your kids are going to call you on that when they start doing it. Well, you did it, and you thinking like, you ain't never see me do that shit, but they found out some kind of way. People be snitching on parents. Adults be snitching on kids, and other adults be snitching on parents. Yeah, I remember when your mom, she was out there. She was out there. She was on that shit. She was on that stuff. Man, I'm just glad she got it together. That's why you hear people talking about how their kids saved their lives. Robbie Ming says, if I have a problem, I don't give up on solving that problem. I really don't like nothing to beat me. I will try until I get it right. I hear that. And we also have to make sure that it's worth it, though. We got to make sure that it's worth it, though. Jack Big says, when I've gave up something, I try to use guidance and not only giving up, but making it to where I can turn back. Because most cases, that's worse than giving up. Okay. Oh, it's worse than. Wait a minute. Are you saying worth to give up? Worse than to give. Okay. Wait a minute. All right. He also says kind of like in school when the teachers say just make an educated guess. LOL. You still taking a chance, but it's educated. I think there's something in the educated guess. It means that you know something about the topic. You just don't know everything about it. So it's like, well, from what I know about this, I should choose this because my limited knowledge of this would tell me that this will be okay. This here would be okay, dear. Emily says, from what I know of you, you shouldn't have given up, or at least should have done research. Well, listen, I was young too. I was young, lazy, or motivated in the wrong directions. You know, I spent my youth being young. I didn't waste none of it. Josh says, guidance as the mediation prayer or as the meditation prayer. How are you seeking guidance? Robbie Ming says, now I did give in to the vaccination only because one of my best friends died from COVID-19 and pneumonia. She also had a hole in her lung. Yeah, my brother from another mother, Norris Hill. I said, my brother from another mother, Norris Hill. Sit back, relax, do your thing, max and chill. I'm glad you came on through. Yeah, it's kind of a thrill. So yeah, Norris, we talking about giving up versus giving in. Have you ever given up? When did you give in? Your parents might have wanted you to go to some school that you didn't want to go to. Or try some kind of program that you didn't want to try. Or get involved in some type of activity that you didn't think was necessary or even good. You know? It happens. It happens. So you might have gave in. Like, I don't want to try no theater. I don't want to try no dance. I'm not wearing no leotards. I'm going to make sure put on my dickies, my pants. I don't want to try no theater. I don't want to try no dance. I ain't wearing no leotards. I'm going to pull up my pants. I don't want to try no theater. I don't want to try no dance. I'm not giving that shit even the smallest amount or a little bit of chance. I'ma keep it on moving. I ain't doing that shit, and I'm really not trying to prove a point to you or nobody else. I ain't doing that shit, and I'm straight going for self. But I do this for you one time. I'm trying this shit. Yo, shit's all right. I'm really all in, just like now. I guess my parents know what they're talking about a little bit. Ow. Yeah. Sometimes your parents make you give in. You know, when you younger, when you young, you don't have the option of not giving in. Like, oh no, you gonna try this shit. You gonna try this shit. All right. Now, I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. There have been many times I thought about stopping doing this. There's been plenty of times. I'm like, man, it's taking me this long to get to 1,000 subscribers. We don't be having people in here like I think we should have. But like maybe I'm just twiddling my thumbs at this shit. Maybe this ain't it. From my point of view, there should be hundreds of thousands of people watching this show every day, and they're not. I'm like, well, maybe I just think this shit hot. And maybe I think everybody goes through that. But there's something inside of me that's saying, no, this shit is important. Because the people who show up for this every day, are showing up for it every day. How can you say that it don't mean nothing? It means something. You'll get to where you want to go when it's your time. But in the meantime, use your time to your advantage. So yeah, I've considered giving up, but I'm not a giving up type of person. I'm a fighter. I'm gonna work it out. I'm gonna find another way. There's another road. There's another pathway. There are other options. Somebody knows something that I don't know, and I need to find them and get to know them so they can give me what I want. Life ain't always as easy as people make it out to be. But you find your niche. You find your way at some point. You'll get there if it's meant for you to go there. Robbie Robin says, but sometimes you're giving yourself time to learn from your past mistakes. But when the time comes, or you have learned from your mistakes, you go back out there with a different persona. I agree with that, Robbie Rob. I definitely agree with that. Make sure y'all hit that like button, y'all. Make sure you hit the like. Make sure you hit the like. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure that you share the show. And make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Yo, you know how it goes. That's what. Make sure you hit the like button, share the show. And yo, subscribe to the channel, yo. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure that you subscribe to the show. Share the show. If y'all would like to call into the show, the number to call is area code 319-527-6199. Just it's pinned to the top, 319-527-6199. That's the number to call instead of 319-527-6199. Yes, y'all, instead of 319-527-6199. Yeah, get on the line. I said a 319-527. I mean, 527-6199. Yeah, get your shine, baby. 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 319-527-6199, baby. Urban Therapy with Son. Saturday morning. Gave myself a stretcher. I'm moaning, yawning. And we talking about giving up versus giving in. Giving up versus giving in. When have you given up? When have you given in? Giving up is a sin. But not all the time. Not all the time. The main goal of this show is to show different possibilities, because we don't all know each other like that. We don't all go in the same direction, but we can all find what we're looking for in this existence. We can all find what we're looking for. Do you know where you're going to? You like the thing I've been showing you. Where are you going to? Do you know? Do you get what you're hoping for? Do you see what? So, yeah. So, giving up. More than likely, there has been something in your life that you had to discontinue. But discontinuing something doesn't always mean giving up. Like I was saying earlier in the show, when you give up, it's more like the ending of something. You're stopping. You're going to stop doing something. When you give in, that's often the beginning, a new beginning. Like, all right, you wasn't doing. Now, whatever you were doing before, you've given into this. Now you got to do this. Now, it's time for you. It's time for you to do what you're supposed to. What you supposed to. Yeah. You can't always stand your ground. Sometimes we stand our grounds on dumb stuff. Robbie Robin Mink says, I am not a quitter. No, you not. I am not a quitter, she says. She said. That's what's up, though. Because I'm not a quitter either. So I try not to involve myself in things that I'm not going to see through to the end. Interestingly enough, sometimes you might give in to things that you know that you're going to give up on later. Sometimes you give in to things that you know you're going to give up on later because that wasn't your thing. You didn't want to do it from the beginning. Somebody talked you into something that you didn't really think was a good idea in the first place. It's sort of like, has anybody ever, let me put it this way. The worst thing that you can do is give somebody a present like an animal. Give them a bird or a dog or a cat. Like, you bought me a pet. If that person isn't into animals or pets like that, you have just given them a bill. You've just given them a bill to pay and a responsibility to take on. Guess what's going to happen eventually? It ain't going to be pretty. Like, if somebody doesn't like cats, why would you buy them a cat? Yeah, they don't like cats, but they like kittens. Same thing with dogs. This person don't like to stretch their legs. They don't like to walk for far distances. And you got them a dog. So they're not going to go walk that dog. And they sure ain't going to pick that shit up and curb the dog. They're not going to do it. What's going to happen? They're going to put that dog in their backyard with a dog house. And the dog is going to shit all over the backyard. Never get and never see the light of day. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. So it's hard to even say that they gave up on the animal in that situation. They didn't ask for that. That's something that you wanted and you thought would be good for them. And you couldn't have been farther from the truth. You was dead wrong. They didn't want that shit. And they treated it just like they didn't want it. And they mad at you. Gave me this damn dog. Or this stupid cat be ripping down my drapes, curtains, messing up my blinds. No, it says, I'm glad you haven't canceled. I don't interact with anyone. I never physically met until this show. Thanks to you, I'm acquainted with someone I've never met from my hometown. See? Sometimes when you have a certain vision and it's not panning out the way that you saw it, the way that you drew it up in your mind, the way that you wanted to go, it can be easy to say, you know what, this whole thing has been a bust. It's been one big failure after another. And that's not true. But it may be hard for you to escape feeling that way. So sometimes you need other people to help you keep your head up, help you to feel better about the situation that you're in. You know? Sometimes. Sometimes. And that's what it takes. Sometimes. So before you ever give up on something, I would always say, nah, make sure that you've thought about it closely before you make a snap decision. Before you make a snap decision to just pull the plug on something. Magnificent Morocco. My brother, Magnificent Morocco. What's going on, my brother? I ain't seen you around here in a few days. Good to see you. It's good to see me some you. Grissom Wavy says, hey, that happened to me. I got a Rottweiler for my birthday almost 3 years ago. He's expensive. A Rottweiler? Not a poodle. Not a little schnauzer. Not a cocker spaniel. Not a chihuahua. Not even a beagle. A Rottweiler? Let me ask you this, Grits. Did you have a dog before? Did you add on a dog? Or did you go from 0 dogs to 1 dog? Because, a rock, they eat a lot. They get kind of big. They're a little stinky. They're nice dogs, though. Kind of cute. Very loyal and protective. Let me see. What are the personality characteristics of a Rottweiler?
According to CanopyT.com, the Rottweiler has a calm, level-headed temperament that is only ever affected if they feel those they love or themselves are in danger. They're obedient and don't tend to throw any temper tantrums when they're younger.
A Rottweiler. They have this Rottweiler here with a full tail. You hardly ever see. Why do people cut off their tails? Now, I know with other dogs, they cut off their tails because they fight the dogs. But if you're not, I don't see any other reason. Like, it's born with a tail. Why you get rid of the tail? Let's see. Rottweiler temperament and traits. The Rottweiler is one of the most popular dogs in the USA, UK, and Canada. For good reason, too, as this breed is a wonderful blend of the loving house dog and the steadfast protector that will guard your home and your children. Not only that, but they're relatively easy to manage within the homestead as they don't require vigorous exercise, and their intelligence makes them one of the easier dog breeds to train. Rottweilers are also relatively docile and willing to learn at the hand of someone they love, although it takes a bit to build that trust for this breed. Oh, look, they got a little puppy Rottweiler. He's so cute. The Rottweiler originated in Germany. Their lineage dates back to the Roman dog, the Molossus, a dog that was used to drive back cattle with. When the Romans invaded Germany, the Molossus dogs mated with multiple different breeds of local dogs, which eventually produced the Rotti, a dog also used to drive back cattle. Look at the little rocks. Look at the little rocks. Okay. He looks so cute. Anyway. Okay, let me see. All right. TK Wright says, I love Rotties. Grayson Wavy says, me and my baby in the streets, though. 2 walks a day, doggy daycare, two or 3 days a week, etc. Okay. Telling me what they think. Oh, Robbie Ming says, telling me what they think. So why call me? Wow. Magnificent Morocco says, oh, did you know EDP 445? He had 2 million subscribers. Who's EDP 445? 2 million subscribers? God damn. Damn. GK Wright says, I never had an issue with mine, and he wasn't stinky. Okay, cool. Same with my Italian bull mastiff. I don't know. I don't like a bull mastiff. I don't know. Most mastiffs, I'll reserve my opinion. Okay, Robbie Ming says, Omar, you know I have been through some stuff, but I'm still here getting stronger every day. Yes, I do know that. Yes, I do. Kristen Wavy says, I was told I needed protection. I haven't had a dog since I was a kid. So you went from 0 dogs to a rat. Hey, you gonna take this dog. But hey, long as it worked out. Now, if it was a situation where you didn't want the dog, you like, well, I can't believe you bought me a dog. All of a sudden, the dog disappears. He wandered off into the street, and I don't mean to be morbid, but shit like that happens. Yes, it does. All out the blue, too. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all share the show. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe. Please subscribe to the channel. Magnificent Morocco says, EDP 445, 500-pound. Oh my God. Freakazoid. Oh, AKA the most popular Eagles fan. He lost it all for chasing young kids. Wow. He just fucked up a whole lot of money. You know how much you like, yo, man, YouTube pays. 2 million subscribers, like you set for life and for good. And you got to think, if you have 2 million subscribers, you are famous and you haven't left your house. 2 million. 2 million active. That's crazy. Okay, she says, I'll post pics of him on Instagram so you can see him. That's what's up. Yeah. That's what I need to see. That's what I need to see. I mean, I love dogs, but I just know how a dog, a cat, a snake, a bird, a hamster, any of those, a lizard, any of those things can go wrong if somebody, if you give in to accepting that shit when you ain't really want to do it. Huh. Yes, he paid cash for his apartment and Acura MDX. And here I am sitting on 900 subscribers, like, only got 100 to go. I think I can. Paid cash. Cash, baby. 500 pounds. You got me wanting to look him up. You got me wanting to. You be, yo, my man, Magnificent Morocco. He be on it though. He knows some shit. He be like, yo, oh, check out this $500,000 home right here around the way. How they can't get that much money for around the way? Like, yo, right here, Germantown and Sharp Neck. Ain't nobody paying all this money to live in Germantown and Sharp Neck. Like, bro, they kind of paid that much money to live in Germantown to Upsall, and that's only a block away. Nah, it's different. It's different. Gentrification is real, baby. Gentrification is real. I don't know. In Mount Airy, though, it's hard to say, even though, people consider, I don't know. Some people consider Dogtown to be Mount Airy, but a lot of people from Dogtown will say that they live in Germantown. It really is in Mount Airy physically. I mean, there's no way around it. No way around it. And Mount Airy has never been a black neighborhood. Especially on the west side. On the east side, we can play around with the numbers a little bit. What you think? What do you say, Magnificent Morocco? Is Dogtown, Germantown, or Mount Airy? What is it? I guess if you've always wanted to live in Mount Airy, it's definitely Mount Airy. If Germantown was ever good enough for you, then it's just Germantown. Google him. He loved the Eagles. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna Google him. Yeah, that's crazy. 2 million subscribers, and I'm sitting on 900. I need somebody to co-sign me. You know what I mean? For real, that's all you need. You need somebody to co-sign you. Shit, I find it hard to get Twitter subscribers too, but I don't like Twitter. Giving up versus giving in. Giving up versus giving in. Gentrification, bro. Big on the topics. Rap. Yeah, man, Gentrification. White flight coming back. They flying back in. You know what I noticed though? In all of the gentrified neighborhoods, they making all the houses look exactly the same. I'm like, so this is the modern version of what rehab and cribs look like. I'm like, and I'm wondering, like, whose vision was this? Like, when you go in certain places in North Philly and South Philly, you see, like, so this is, you see these houses that they put where it might have been an empty lot, and you see, like, this don't fit here. It don't fit here. Like, this house don't look like it's supposed to be here on this corner in the middle of this street. Like, it don't match. The older houses look better. Yeah, this one looks more modern, but don't look better. Magnificent Morocco says, I love Mount Airy. Okay. Well, I like the Oak Lane Wildcats. I don't like the Mount Airy Bantams. I'm a Wildcat. Are you saying that you a Bantam? Are you a Bantam? Shout out to the Mount Airy Bantams. Shout out to the Oak Lane Wildcats. Those are little league football teams, and they, Yo, when those two teams play each other, it is war. It is war. The Mount Airy Bantams versus the Oak Lane Wildcats. Boy, they be getting it in. They be getting it. Yo, my nephew played for the Oak Lane Wildcats. I love going to them games. It was war. On a Saturday, just like today. You know what I mean? That shit was all that. TK Wright says, I've given up buying property in certain areas because of the price gouging. So many people want their houses to look like they live in a gated community. That's true. Josh says, I meant you speak on things lots of others are scared to speak on. Oh yeah, we gonna take it there. We gonna always take it there. I don't know what they're scared for, but you know what, Ja? I think a lot of people don't really know. They don't know a lot about a lot of the topics that we might speak on. So, like, it ain't easy to come up with topics every single day. It ain't. And a lot of these topics that I make up, most of them tie into a prior topic, but I just extract it. Like, all right, yeah, we talked about that, but I'm gonna take this part out and we're gonna talk about strictly this part. Like, ow. I just cracked my knee. Fuck. It's making my COVID come back. Anyway, right? Like, okay, so yesterday we talked about pork chops. Yesterday we was talking about pork chops. Today we only gonna be talking about the bone of the pork chop. Nah. We not talking about the pork chop. We talking about the bone. Not only the bone. Only the bone. We was talking about bone in. We was talking about bone in prime rib. Today we only talk about the bone. No, not the meat. Only the bone. Yeah, we sort of like that. Because I mean, when you really think about it, there is something to talk about every day. If the local news comes on every day and they have different topics every day, they're just talking about different things that happen in life. But if you're talking about one killing, or you're talking about one fire, or you're talking about one community event or whatever, they're not the same events, but it's the same topic. I figure I can do the same thing. But I appreciate y'all participation, and I appreciate y'all patronage, and I really do. Really, 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 really do. It means a lot to me, an awful lot. This much. Y'all hear that cracking? All right. G-Town and Sedgwick. That's right. G-Town and Sedgwick, where the Bantams play. Right there near the library. Across the street from the Academy. From the Academy. Right there. We did need the Academy. So you a Bantam, huh? You a red boy. Harry Bantams are good though. I used to be like, these motherfuckers here. But I don't know. There's nothing like watching all black team. There's every player on the Oak Lane Wildcats and the Mount Airy Bantams was black, and you wouldn't think that. The coaches are black, all the parents and everything. Everybody's black. I never saw one white kid on either team, and neither one of them live in all black neighborhoods. Go figure. Robbie Ming says, Omar, what kind of vaccination did you get? First of all, you know what? Now you're going to make me say what I've been avoiding saying. I'm going to put this out there, and it's going to sound really stupid to y'all, but I'm going to just do it. I got that Pfizer bullshit. All right. when they so-called give you the shot, y'all know that they don't like they first of all, it goes in like no seconds flat, and you don't feel nothing. They be like, all right, they rub the joint with the alcohol, then it feel like they just tap your shoulder, and they be like, oh, okay. And then they put the Band-Aid on it. And I'm like, and they like, all right, you're done. In 15 minutes, hang around for like 15, 20 minutes, and we'll give you your vaccination card. And you're like, I didn't feel nothing. I've had plenty of needles in my day, and I've always felt every needle. Not saying that it hurt, but you felt it, and it took a minute. That shot take this second. Boop. Then they put the Band-Aid on it. So what I'm saying is, how do we know? How do we know that they gave us a shot at all? We saw a needle, but we sure didn't feel a needle. How do you see a needle, but you don't feel a needle? So this is what I was thinking. And I know this is going to sound straight ridiculous to y'all. But Magnificent Morocco, I want you to listen. Norris Hill, I want you to listen. And I want you to listen, Ja. I have a sneaky suspicion that there's nothing in the needle. But I also have a sneaky suspicion that there's something in the Band-Aid. The Band-Aid. How do we know that the vaccination or whatever they saying is not in the Band-Aid? How I'm thinking like everybody gets the Band-Aid, even though nobody's bleeding. I'm being a 100 with you. Yo, why did they put a Band-Aid on there, but it wasn't bleeding? You take the Band-Aid off, you're like, I don't see no blood. But they put the Band-Aid on. Now, where I started thinking, the reason I know this sounds ridiculous, but I thought about it. I was like, remember back in the day, they had the birth control patch? Chicks could put it on their arm. They could put it on their pelvic area. They could put it anywhere on their body. Monet Cash, what's up, man? Good to see me, some you. Thanks for coming on through. Thanks for coming on by. Thanks for stopping on through and saying hi. But yeah, now y'all remember when they had the birth control patch? Chicks was running around here having unprotected sex and not getting pregnant because they had a patch that released something into their body that kept them from getting pregnant. And remember, people was having problems with the patch, so they stopped taking the patch. The patch is still available. When was the last time you saw a chick with a Band-Aid that was letting you know that you could go raw? When was the last time you saw a woman, any woman, that said, "Yeah, I got the patch"? Anyway, so I'm like, if they can make a patch which look like a big ass, it looked like a square Band-Aid with rounded edges, and that can stop you from getting pregnant. How we know that they ain't secretly putting something in that Band-Aid? I bet y'all let that Band-Aid stay on there until y'all went and took a shower. You ain't take that Band-Aid off. How we know that Band-Aid ain't releasing whatever is in whatever the serum, poison, juice, whatever is supposed to be in that vaccination? How we know it ain't in the Band-Aid? I'm leaning towards the Band-Aid. I got questions about that Band-Aid, and I wouldn't be surprised. If white people get a different Band-Aid than black people get. Because when you get the vaccination, they ask you your race. Why you need to know my race? And people have told me that they had to go to black neighborhoods. White people have said that they had to go to black neighborhoods in order to get the shot because they wasn't offering the shot in the white neighborhoods. That's right, Monet. The last time you heard of somebody getting that shot, having that patch, the birth control patch, was in the 90s. Well, why? Was people die? You know what? Let's look this shit up. I've had enough. We're gonna find out. Yo. Complications with the birth control patch.
The patch has side effects similar to those experienced by users of oral or other hormonal types of contraception, including skin irritation, headaches, breast tenderness, irregular vaginal bleeding, moderate weight gain, nausea and vomiting, bloating.
Well, damn. Breast tenderness, tender tits, tits so tender, holding you close to me. Baby, I surrender. Shout out to the Force MDs. Shout out to the Force M double Ds. Shout out to the Force M triple Ds. Skin irritation, headaches, breast tenderness, irregular vaginal bleeding, moderate weight gain, nausea and vomiting, bloating. That sounds a lot like what happened when you took that so-called shot. I don't know, y'all. I think we need to start looking into that bandage, into that Band-Aid. I smell a rat. I smell a rizat. Does smoking affect the birth control patch? Yes, at least all hormonal birth control methods. The patch is a hormonal birth control method, so the risks of smoking also apply to the patch. Moreover, the risk of using the patch becomes significantly increased if you are a smoker. Obviously, the risks of smoking while taking birth control medications can be quite serious. Damn, cigarettes? Yo, let me find out that so many of these babies are being born autistic because of the birth control patch. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I got questions. Let me see. Yeah, there was no show yesterday, Rob. I was too sick. Magnificent Morocco says video game sports making money gambling get lots of subscribers. That's true. Josh says, we think you as well, big bro. Don't give up. The black community needs you. We all have a part to play. Word up. I wholeheartedly believe in that. I've heard people say that they gave up on the black community. Nah, fuck that. I knew the job was hard when I took it. Straight lace. Magnificent Morocco says, white lady bought my groceries at the Acme. I got Pfizer also, and I took Tylenol with me and bottled water. That's what's up. I don't feel the first one. The second one I felt. Because the second one is 4 times whatever the dose was that you took the first time. So the first one is only 20% of the entire dose. The second shot is 4 times that. That's the other 80%. So on the first one, I had some arm, tenderness and all of that. But I think it was because of that Band-Aid. Oh. GK Wright says, like the smoking patch. What does the smoking patch do? What's that supposed to do? Doesn't that release nicotine into your system? Like, is that a way of stopping, or is that just a way of not smoking? Is that better for your lungs or something? Hold on. What does the smoking patch do?
According to quitgenius.com, a nicotine patch is a form of nicotine replacement therapy, NRT, designed to help people quit smoking. It's a transdermal patch, meaning it delivers a specific amount of nicotine through the skin and into the bloodstream once applied.
So it's supposed to make you stop wanting to smoke because you already have the nicotine in you? Cigarettes are the devil, man. They are the devil. Robbie Bing says, never took it. Never took the birth control patch. Okay. Now you gotta go. Thanks for coming through, my bro. TK Right says, anyone else sing background too? Let's do it again. Tender tits, tits so tender, holding you close to me. Baby, I surrender. Yeah. Robbie says, also, they was giving incentives to get the vaccinations. I know my body is worth more to me than any incentive. Yeah, man. Yeah, they was giving away all kinds of shit.
60 seconds.
Yeah, rest in peace to the yeah. Birth control does release bad things, hormones, chemicals, all that. I'm telling you, y'all think I'm bullshitting. I have suspicions about the Band-Aid. The Band-Aid, baby. The Band-Aid. While you men are walking around here scot-free. We ain't scot-free. There are all types of problems that men have with women's birth control. Like the fact that y'all stop taking them and don't say shit. What about that?
10 seconds.
And that IUD thing. You know what I mean? You know, certain men can feel the IUD. It should be scratching your shit. Like, yo, what the hell you got in there? Something poking me. But see, y'all ain't ready to have that conversation. You ain't ready to have the IUD problem conversation. Emily says, my sister said the patch don't do anything. She still wanted to smoke and did smoke her cigarettes. I've heard people who had the patch talk about smoking. Jabig says, yeah, anytime we start tampering with things, the most high creative there starts problems. Emily says, thanks for the encore because I missed it the first time. Yeah, I got you. TK Wright says, never use a birth control patch. All that stuff goes into your bloodstream. Yeah, like the Band-Aid. The damn COVID Band-Aid that made me so sick yesterday. I'm telling you, man, I felt bad. Let's do these birthday shout outs, y'all. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious Glorious, glorious. October 2nd, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They get number one out the box. My man Donald Don Diddy Yamin. Donald Don Diddy Yamin. That's my brother. Turning 53 years old today. And William Rogers, happy birthday to you. And Antoinette Youngblood, turning 57 years old today. And Vilma Gonclaves, turning 27 years old today. And Don Page, happy birthday to you. And Dennis Thompson, turning 73 years old today. And Clara Robertson, turning 57 years old today. And Cecilia Ibar, turning 31 years old today, and Michelle Harrell, turning 34 years old today, and Troy Fulford, turning 58 years old today, and Katricia Robinson, turning 47 years old today, and last but not least, my girl Patrice So Love Council. I want to say happy birthday to all of you and anyone else out there who shares this birthday on this glorious October 2nd, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up, but don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, the rock out, rock on and do the damn, rock out, rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. I do need to give a posthumous shout out. We didn't have a show yesterday, but I want to shout out my late great stepdad, Henry Roscoe Blue. His birthday was October 1st. And I love you and I miss you and I see you when I get there. Love you and I miss you and I see you when I get. Love you and I miss you when I see you when I. Love you when I miss you when I see you when I. Love you when I miss you when I. Love you when I see. Yeah. Love you when I miss you and I. No doubt. Love you when I miss you, when I see you, when I get. See, I do birth dates. I don't do death dates. So you ain't never going to hear me talk about the day. You know, that's too much pain for me. Shout out to y'all who do that, but I don't think that's a good look. I never want to relive the day when I wasn't able to be with somebody that I love ever again. I don't want to relive that shit. You do what you do, but I'm just saying. Birthdays, if the birthday of somebody comes along, instead of feeling a lot of anxiety leading up to that and all of that, because the day is going to come, I would say honor their birthday and do something with them in spirit that they would like to do. If they like to go bowling with them. If they like to go shoot pool with them. They like to go to amusement parks, get on a roller coaster with them, whatever it is that they like to do. If they used to like to go shopping, go do that, hair, nails, whatever, do that with them. Don't go cry over them because they're not loving the day or honoring the day that they had to leave this world. So why are you doing that? Don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. Do not do that to yourself. All right. Josh says, I don't go to funerals. I understand. Remember, people are dead before they ever before the funeral ever starts. They're not there. All right. But nonetheless, yo, peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death, resuscitate you, and love you right back to life. Word up. And we will be back tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock. At 11 o'clock. It's going to be all right. So, Blog Talk, let me get you on up out of here. You go bye-bye. From Instagrammers.
Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
And for my Instagrammers, yo, Fi Slammer Jammer, thanks for coming on through and let me exercise my grammar. Peace. And for my YouTubers, you know just how we do, but I see y'all on the other side. One love for real, my boobas. Don't forget to share that show. Don't forget to subscribe to that channel. Peace.